Welcome to my creative chronic life, and today I'm back with another video, and I haven't done this one for a while. Today I'll be doing a plan with me for the month of September. I'm using my Harriet Wright Designs A5 wide undated planner, and today I will be doing my monthly section and my notes section, and I also will be sharing my social media section. So let's get stuck in. Now I know you're probably thinking, where have I been? It's been such a long time since I've actually shared anything. I think the last time I shared anything planner related was roughly about the end of February, maybe beginning of March. So what I decided was that I do want to back plan, but at the same time I don't want to be falling behind in all the videos, and it's going to take me so long to catch up. So what I thought was I would just start from the month of September, and then what I would do is share 1 week from the month of March, the month of April, the month of May, the month of June, and so on, until we get caught back up. Now of course, if I manage to do that sooner, what I'll do is I will make sure to do a couple of videos, and I'll share different videos. It won't just be monthly, it won't just be weekly, it could be the notes section, it could be the beginning of my planner with the goals section is. I'm just going to try and kind of vary it. I will try and give a variety. So here I am using the A5 wide monthly September kit, and this kit is from last year, and of course they're similar in colours this year, but it's not identical to the kit, but you can get similar ones available over on Harriet Wright Designs. Now all the kits I will be using are Harriet Wright Designs, and what I like to do is I like to plan with the monthly section. I like to do the left hand side first and then the right hand side, and here you can get an option whether to put down your deco side box or your functional boxes. Now I just enjoy putting down the deco side box because usually I'm planning behind, not actually at the time of September, so it's not really used in a functional way. So this way it just looks really pretty, and I can use the functional boxes for something else. So with this comes the matching foiled section, where you've got your weekdays, you've got a little bit of like payday, you've got favourites, goals, plan, etc. And I don't actually use any of this on this page. I actually will show you what I do with that a little bit later on. So all I'm going to do now is pop down the weekdays, and then I will be sharing the date dots. And because I'm actually planning a little bit a week before the first, I'm only going to be placing down what I know I've got planned. So it's our wedding anniversary this month, we've got a couple of birthdays, I've got a couple of classes, and that's the bare minimum, and the rest of it I will just add as the weeks go by. So if you'd like to see what it actually looks like at the end of the month, I can share that in the next flip through that I do. So just to kind of give you an idea of what it looks like. But I have shared my monthly sections over on the channel before, and I will definitely link that for you in the description box below. Now you've probably been wondering where I've been all these months in terms of planning. I have been sharing other planner content like my B6 planner, I've been sharing some sticker hauls, I've also been sharing some colour related content, but not necessarily planning content. And because of that, it's basically I've had a few months of procedures and biopsies, and I haven't really had the energy to be able to sit down and plan with me. Also, I'm in the middle of packing as well, so again my home hasn't felt like somewhere where I've been comfortable enough to plan. And I had an issue with my planning table, ended up having like some of the plastic came off of it, so what I needed to do was replace that. And I've been searching for quite a while to actually find the perfect type of cover that I wanted. I wasn't sure if I wanted a paper cover, something material like. In the end I just went for the matte D fix, so the ones that you can put down on your kitchen cupboards. and I really love how it turned out, because what it means is that I'm not having any extra shadows, I don't have any reflection or light showing, and that's been one of the difficulties I found in recording previously. It meant that I wasn't able to record when I felt like it. I had to choose like a specific day, a specific time, check the weather, make sure that everything was okay. So now, fingers crossed, moving forward you will see more of me. So as you can see now, I've completed the monthly section. It's turned out really pretty, and I will go back in and add later on. So what I like to do here is I like to use a B6 kit. So when I purchase the kits, I get an A5 wide and I get a B6 kit, so I can then use this in my notes section. Now if you are an oldie with the Harriet Wright design, you know that she did used to have separate kits for the notes section, but she wanted to make them so that everybody could have it in their own way and make it unique. So now, instead of me having to draw something out or get a specific different type of kit, this is the way I like to do it, and I've had a lot of requests to share this, so this is why I decided I'll share the month of September with you. So what I like to do with the B6 is it fits perfectly in the A5 wide. You can see how it just fits beautifully. So I like to use the header at the top there. Majority of it all gets used in the next 2 pages, and then whatever gets left over I use at the back of my planner and then for other things. Here now I picked up a a bundle foil box, and I'm just trying to see which ones will match. I do like to pick up the foil boxes because it's really versatile, and like you'll see at the end how I actually like to use the boxes. So I'm just sharing now which ones would probably match the kit in itself, and then we'll go ahead to the next part. Now I found the way that I like to plan this note section is I section it off into 4 parts. The first part, I like to track what kits I'll be using for the remainder of the month. So if I've already got something that I want to definitely use, I pop it down. So I like to mark it down with 4 or 5 boxes depending on how many weeks we have in the month. So first off, I start with a decorative box, and then I like to use a larger box to mark down what kits I'll be using for the monthly section and my notes section. And here now I lost a little bit of footage, but you can see I've just popped down 4 or 5 boxes. And in the kits, both in the B6 and the A5 wide, you get these strips, and I like to use them to mark down the different sections and almost make myself a box. As you'll see, there's a little bit of cutting involved, but it only takes a few minutes to do. And here I like to record what orders I've got. So if I've got any orders impending, be that from any sort of subscriptions that I have, or if I need to place an order even for something as simple as tape and I know it's on its way, just so that I can keep track of what I've got going and coming in. I find this the easiest way because sometimes orders can get delayed, sometimes they can get lost, and especially when I've got more than one planner to plan with, it makes it much easier to have it in one space. And also it's really good to look back at as well, because this year I've definitely been trying to spend less, so when the end of the year I look back, I know how much I've actually spent on a hobby, for example, that's sticker related. So what I like to do is add 2 strips either side. One is so that I can write down the date, track the order, so where they're from, not possibly what I've actually ordered in itself, and then I like to mark if it's completed and the amount. And here I'm showing you here on the leftover sticker sheets, you always get these little bits in between. Now I actually use these too because it saves me having to draw really harsh lines, and because they relate to the colours in the kit, they kind of blend in anyway. So I like to chop them off and then mark them down. So you'll see me just doing that right now. And this is a really good way to make sure you have less waste. And especially when it comes to stickers and hobbies, there's a lot of sticker paper sometimes that gets lost. So even before it comes to you, so I try to make the most of everything that I've got. And as you can see, it looks really pretty. So next what I like to do is use these little corner washes, and I like to accent the page just to kind of differentiate between the different boxes. On the left hand side at the bottom, I like to celebrate anything. It could be an accomplishment, it could be a birthday, a wedding anniversary, something or the other. And the right hand side I like to use for my favourites, and that can be my favourite food of the month, it could be my favourite activity, favourite TV show, favourite book. I like to put as many as I can down, just so that when I look back I know that, oh, I really enjoyed this so and so and so and so. It's just something for me to be able to remember over the years. And now the next thing I like to do is just make it a little bit pretty, adding deco or some foil or something like that. So what I'm doing is taking out all of my autumn collections. Now some of these I've picked up last year, others I picked up in like bundle boxes this year. So I've got a fair few bits, but I thought at the moment these journal collections, so these large autumn leaves would be a good idea, but of course they're super large, so what I decided to do was cut them in half, and you may see me do a lot of this just to accent either side, and I just think it looks really, really pretty. Just something enough and not too much. Now you will see that throughout this video I like to turn the book on its side, and that's because I've got issues with my arms, so I can't really stretch out as much as I'd like to. Now if you know me, you know I suffer with some disabilities, so I hope you don't mind. I do try to turn it back as much as I can so I can share that with you. Now here I've decided that I think a little bit of foil would go nicely, and I put it down and you can see how easy it is to lift back up. Now these are the Harriet Wright Designs stickers and her notebook, and honestly any stickers just lift up so beautifully. It's so like soft and buttery as well. This is why one of my favourite planners is from Harriet Wright Designs. So I'm just adding some accents here, and I feel like the top is just a little bit empty, and I just want to go back in. I add some flowers at the bottom, and then I decided, let me think about it. I'm going to write everything in that I would like to be written in, and then I can go back. And all I do in the end is add another leaf, and then I add some foil accents in as well. I also wanted to ask, how have you all been? Have you been okay? If you're in the UK, has anybody noticed how cold it's getting? And I know we're just in the end of August, but I already feel like we're in the middle of autumn. And I'm just thinking, is it going to be really, really cold this winter? I haven't put the heating on yet because I didn't do it, but just anybody else feeling the cold? I just added a little bit of accents here down the bottom and a couple of rings that I picked up in a D-stash, just to mark down that it's our 11-year anniversary this year. And I love how it turned out. This is really functional for me because I can divide the space into 4, and I know that it's a small amount of space, but I've got a lot of things to mark down. Now in the B6 kit and the A5 wide kit, you always get these extra floral boxes, so I like to stack them up along the opposite side of the page, and sometimes I like to add the month in foil if I have it, other times I just leave it completely plain. Now this section here I like to use as my social media tracker, and what I like to do is add the functional box that I get in the A5 wide kit, and I like to mark down favourites, I like to mark down goals, I like to mark down finances, and I like to mark down, there's another one and I can't remember, I might remember it at the end. And I just like to track whether it's favourites of a TV show, or usually it's related to YouTube and social media, so my favourite channels that I enjoy. And when it comes to finances, again, it's nothing to do with plan related, it's to do with my social media. Do I need to buy anything? Do I need to pick up anything else? Be that a light, or like for example the D-Fix paper, something like that. I've used this little autumn deco girl here, and I've added 4 sections. So the 4 sections are for each week, and what I like to do is mark down the videos that I've shared online, so YouTube usually, and then underneath I like to track down how many followers I've gained each month and subscribers. Now again, obviously I'm a small channel, I've got about 200 and something followers, subscribers, and that's absolutely fine, but this is all an accomplishment for me because it took a lot for me to actually come out of my shell and even to make Mycreativechroniclife, because I was really in my shell, and I wanted this to be somewhere where I could come and talk about everything, be that my mental health, be that my illnesses and disabilities, be that my hobbies, be that my struggles, and be that my strengths too. And here is where I like to mark it. It just gives me a sense of an accomplishment, because when I look back at the end of the year, which I will do, it shows how much I've grown. Even if I grow by 2 people, or two, it means that a community is growing, and it keeps me moving forward. This is our goals sections completed, so our social media section, and I like to track what's important, favourites, finances and goals. And I absolutely love how it came out. This is the first time I've used a deco girl, and I think I really enjoy it. I'm not sure if I'm going to go back in and actually add a monthly section at the top. I may do, I may not do, I may just leave it as it is. And I love how it all turned out. And I like the fact that the first 3 pages are always matching, and usually what I like to do is the next week after that I like to coordinate as well, so with the same type of colours. Then the rest of the month it's okay, I don't mind if it's different colours, it's absolutely fine. I really do hope you've enjoyed watching this plan with me, and I hope this gives you some inspiration for what you can do in your planners also. Now, I will be sharing more over the coming weeks, but if you would like to see anything in particular, please do leave me a comment below. If you have any questions about anything, if I've missed anything out, please just let me know in the comment box below. And as always, I do like to use Epidemic Sound as music, so if you would like a code off or a referral code, then please get in contact with me, because I know that there are people out there that would like to start new channels, and this is a good way to be able to do that at an effective cost. So that's all we've got time for today, and don't forget you can follow me over on TikTok, Threads app, Instagram and Facebook at Mycreativechroniclife, and you can also follow me over on BookTok at MCCL BookTok. Thank you all for watching. Until next time, bye bye.